are trying to clear up some zone questing, some achievements. I haven't done the Telvanni Peninsula, I haven't done Apocrypha, I haven't done Wayland. So there's a lot to do. Bean is asleep. We just watched a very fucked up episode about Black Mirror, bro. It was seriously fucked up. Okay. So, catch the thief. Today my rating from the new trial is an interesting one. How many hours will it take for me to play this? I usually listen to things that speak into it, like with the initial dialogue. Listen to them.
My magic will destroy you. Walker, come no closer or this one will bleed out the elder. Where is the thief?
Shaddai, please. This one is sure that Walker means no harm. We can talk through this, yes?
You should have kept your nose to yourself, Walker. This does not concern you.
You have the talisman of Centaurus.
What? Where did you... It does not matter. Give it to Shaddai, now!
What are you planning to do with the talisman?
With so many hands grasping for it, someone must pay well for it, yes? Shaddai is losing patience. Toss it over now!
I throw it in a count, on the count of 3, 1, 2.
What was that? No! Curse you, thief!
Okay, goodbye.
No! You will pay for this, Walker! Surrender the talisman or the others die!
Please, Walker. Save this one's family. Give her the talisman if you must.
That's Relasi. Follow my lead and play along.
Stop right there!
You've tricked me out of the talisman, but you'll never catch me alive!
Scoundrel! Thief! Parheim, this one is not injured, Walker. Perhaps it is a better... This one misplaced his trust, and now pays dearly for it. Those who tried to fight back were killed. Please, Walker.
I came as quickly as I could. As soon as I saw what happened at the camp, I followed the tracks here to the outpost. But Vec, what a terrible thing. If there are any others left alive, I'd have been here sooner. But High Priest Treelam kept badgering me with questions. He hasn't even realized his precious relic was replaced with a fake. When I got there, he'd taken it off the pedestal and was clutching it to his chest.
Wow, so you are not worried about finding the original talisman?
While there are lives at stake, I couldn't give a nix. If you can go after them, I'll escort the Elder here safely out of the caverns. Can I still count on you?
I'll make sure the rest of the Bandari escape safely. After all, I'm in Sench Adventure Academy, just befitting the title, protect Khajiits. Even one high elf.
the Bandari.
This one shall pay your favor forward.
My thanks, Walker.
Oh, good. I was starting to get worried. The others just passed me. They're safe. Now, all that remains is to decide the fate of the Talisman of St. Voorhees. She wouldn't. The only person Relassi wants to suffer for this crime is me. And she still needs to catch me. Besides, if the High Priest knew about her little stunt with the replica talisman way ahead of you, while you were saving the hostages, I doubled back and managed to steal Relassi's replica off the High Priest personally. Serves him right for not listening to my favorite armiger in the first place. So I could give it to you. Will you honor the patron saint of House Telvanni by restoring his shrine's most beloved spoil of war? Or will you for everyone involved to keep their desired reputations? There is no one else I can trust with this decision. It has to be you. I mean, I know what I'd do, but it's in your hands now. As far as Relassi knows, you only have the original talisman. If you give the original to Elior Sudro and the replica to Relassi, she'll have to pretend it's the real thing, or get herself in a whole world of trouble by admitting how she lost it. Then you'll have honored the tribunal and saved the Shrine of St. Voorhees from a fate of worshipping a worthless trinket with no real mystical properties for time immemorial. Or, perhaps they'd be doing that either way. Who can say? What they don't know won't hurt them. The Eye of Bandar has been lost for generations, and yet the Bandari kept its legend alive through stories. Is the faith in St. Voorhees so fragile that the loss of one relic would send it crumbling? That question, my friend, would be best asked of Elior Sudro. Though if you've heard the tale of his little ancestor, you may have some understanding of it already. No. See, the important thing here is that Relassi didn't catch me. In fact, you looking like you caught me works in my favor. Trust me, she needs the encouragement. It'll keep her from giving up. My reputation wouldn't be half of what it is today without Relassi making me notorious. That's a valuable thing to have in a long-term adversary. And she keeps me on my toes. That's useful. Even if I'd much rather she have me on my back. Relassi has made things hard for herself, remaining a decent person in her line of work. Even her making that replica was done with the best of intentions. Chasing someone for so long with little to no headway can't be easy. She deserves it. When we've just started having fun? No. The Lark's got plenty of work to do, believe me. And if I wind up playing the fool in Relassi's story more often, I think that's something I can live with. Relassi follows a code, as did St. Voorhees, as do the Bandari, as I do, and I'm sure you do too. Our codes clash and harmonize. Most of the time, they pass in quiet opposition. I'm holding out hope that Relassi and I will harmonize again someday. See you around, stranger. And send my fondest farewells to Relassi, will you?
The Walker has returned. 1,000 blessings. This one mourns those lost when Shadea's greed overtook her. But we would have lost so much more if it were not for you, Walker. This one knows not how to express his thanks. The buoyant armiger. She failed to catch our tricky friend, yes? Ha! So, the fate of the Eye of Bandar falls to you. Whichever way you choose, Walker. This one asks only that you do not use what you learned today about the Eye to challenge the faith of those who serve at this shrine. This one grew up hearing the story of his little ancestor, sparing the life of a caravan by tricking the Fiery One into his obsession with the Eye. Now, this one followed his own obsession and lost many. Ask what you will. This one will answer. Ah, by all appearances, it is a simple gem trapped within a gilded talisman, yes? The Eye of Bandar is a relic traded between clans of Bandari. The holder may ask for any item, any favor within means, and the receiver must provide. Should you break it free from the talisman, you would see. It is moonstone, worth very little coin, yes? And yet, it is rubbed smooth and small from passing between the hands of my people. A symbol of indulgence and trading in good faith. You mean that the Eye of Bandar inside the relic has no hidden magic at all? By the code of the Bandari, such words would be unwelcome in the ears of those who follow Saint Voris. They would cause harm, and so we discourage them. This one cannot say, Walker. This one only has the code of the Bandari, to indulge the beliefs of others. Besides, to wield the truth in such a way would ruin the most fragrant mischief of the story of the little ancestor, yes?
I'm gonna listen to the priest. Because it seems it has very little significance for their beliefs.
Good, you're back. Just as we planned. You know, I half wondered if you were going to come back at all. Rather, I thought you would, but I also thought I knew everything there was to know about the Lark of Rosgard. The Lark gave them to you, did he? Why? Everything he's done today is question what I thought I knew about him, including putting this choice in your hands. If I do, I'll most certainly be stripped of my title as a buoyant armiger. I'll be severely limited in my capacity to stay on the trail of the Lark of Rosgard. The High Priest doesn't need to know the full details of our investigation, but I need something to return to him. You have something, don't you? Thank Vivek. I had lost all hope. I'll destroy the replica and learn from this day. The only thing I did right was enlist your help. May we meet again. And the next time Salen Mora remains ever the same. And yet everything has changed for me. I thought I knew everything about the Lark of Rosgard. I'll send a report to my superiors. I'll remain in Salen Mora for a few days, just to make sure it's safe. And then I'll... Oh, I've always had an eye for that sort of thing. The sacred gem looked enough like moonstone that I made it work in a pinch. A little bit of weathering, using some basic spells, and that's it. Sometimes I wonder if I got in the wrong line of work. It's just being furtive and aware of your surroundings. I suppose I have some sort of intuition I've picked up from my work on... You know what? I'm going to stop this line of questioning right here. No, no, no. I get enough teasing about how good a thief I'd be from the Lark of Rosgard. I don't need it from you two. Now run along, but...
I mean, they are elves.
Armiger Relossi,
I'm siding
your
with
efforts
the
in
elves.
returning this relic to our shrine will
Instead of
be
the-
noted.
I'm very glad you stopped. Not many travelers do along this road. So busy. All the conversation cost is time, of which we are all in good supply. We are Necrom. A nook there awaits my urn. A shelf that, once I arrive, I can never leave. So I spend my days wandering nearby, waiting until my time comes to make the final journey. An outsider knows of our ways. It is becoming more common, though in my youth I never once came across any one of your kind who did. Personally, I'm pleased by Oh, thank the three I am not. The next time I visit Necrom shall be an eternal one. I don't want to rush there. Besides, yes, well, there is something new to...
I will give it a try. Need the road. Okay, the road will take me there. If I learn anything from elsewhere. Okay, let's see. Clamor, Clap Ball. Don't know the mechanics, so I will try to avoid as many attacks as possible. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Amazing. I have to write an essay hearing about this.
I saw Olmilexia herself. I am forever blessed by this vision.
This
Wait, hold on. Letter to Old Isra. Oh good, you stopped. No time for details. People eager to see me dead will come over that hill at any moment. So, want to earn some easy gold. Telhulen, the tower at Ald Isra's east end. Inside there's a green mushroom. By that mushroom there's a dark elf. She'll probably insult you. She's my contact. Deliver this letter, then walk away with a pocket. Better you don't know. But fine. There's a spy among the Assembly of Masters. My contact's here to end the threat. Look, can you take this letter to her? Don't open it, don't look at it, don't talk about it. Hand it over. Remember, a dark elf by a green mushroom in Telhulen. Tell her, both light and shadow can be deadly. She'll reply, though only one chases the other. Then hand over the letter, and she'll give you gold. Now, go while I lead my pursuers away. People working for the spy. That's my assumption, at least. When a dagger flew past my head, I took off. Look, you don't want to know any more about this. You don't need details to deliver a letter, and the more you know, the greater the danger. It's just another Telvanni town. Its claim to fame is that the Assembly of Masters congregates there. Look, I'm from the other side of Morrowind. I just had orders to meet my contact here and deliver that letter. Want to know more? Ask a local. We don't have time for this. Look, the name is misleading. Telvanni Masters never assemble. Instead, they send their assistants, the mouths, to represent them. So it's really the Assembly of Mouths. But no one wants to call it that. Can I go now?
well. Sure.
Telhulen.
What's inside? Come on, I'm so curious.
Ah, welcome. Ah, excellent. Yes, I see you found the remaining ingredients. Knew you could do it. Knew you could. Give them to me, if you please. Everything else is prepared. Well done. Yes, just needs a bit of finessing. Brilliant. Should be all ready now to give to Oathman Laro. May I ask one more favor? Could you give it to him in my stead? Last I saw him, he was meeting with Spellright. Oh, you know the usual, cleaning this, tossing that, busy, busy. I need to avoid the mushrooms. Yes, that's it, the mushrooms. All those spores in that area are murder on the sinuses.
Uh-huh. So you want me to kill in your name, bro?
What? In large doses, perhaps, but... Oh, all right. It's poison. But understand, Laro is dreadful. A violent bully, totally unfit for his station. You'd be doing a favor to all House Telvanni. It is up to you, but... Please, you wouldn't. Would you? No, please. If you did, it would be very dire for me, and maybe you too.
I'm definitely gonna tell him. 100%, bro. Not even 100, 200%. If you wanted to get me into trouble, you thought I was an idiot.
Stop complaining, Laro. Your headaches are no excuse for poor results. You are of House Telvanni. Find a remedy and press on.
Ah, my... Do you need something? I don't have time to waste with someone below my station. I've important House Telvanni affairs to see to, and my head is aching. Poison, you say? Ha! I didn't expect that worm, Bulver, to have such a murderous disposition. You did well to inform me. I'll see to it that he's dealt with accordingly. Ah, well, Spellright, if you will, do the honors, and bring the accused poisoner to us.
I take no orders from you, Oathman. But my duty to House Telvanni demands I summon the offender to us.
What? How? No. This is some sort of mistake.
Not even the courage to deliver the poison yourself. Bulver Bemis, you are a cretin to the last breath.
I agree with that.
I suppose some gesture of a... Right. Well, I suppose... Now.
Cease this needless posture.
Let me explain. The ingredients were faulty.
Right, I'll deal with it.
I've no real care for what... Often enough.
To savor the moment.
What an interesting house.
To walk.
Any delay is unacceptable. We hired the Morag Tong to deal with this problem.
Bellow all you want. It won't change my process.
Outrageous! How dare you...
Master Phobes, a word, if I may.
Well, look what the Nixox dragged in. What are you doing here, hero? Are you following me again? Seriously, what brings you to this house of arrogance and whining? Though only one chases the other. All right, it's obvious Folsey sent you, and she gave you the code of a courier. That tells me you have something for me. Go on then. Hand it over. Folsey can fend for herself.
Right now, I need to see if she learned anything to point me to the true identity of my target. Tredesem, the name on the writ, is an alias. Interesting. According to Foci, House Dres... Foci seems to think so. Since you want to get paid, how about you help me out? I need to assassinate a spy and tell Hulan. But to do that, I need to figure out who actually deserves my blade. It's quite legal. I have a binding document that gives me the authority to eliminate the name on the writ. We figure out who Tredesem actually is, I finish the job, you get paid, and we go home. Not together, necessarily. Depends on my mood. So, what do you say? Congratulations, you're my new Foci. First, go to the servants' quarters to the west and ask Akigo about the spy. Then visit the Dres camp to the south and see if they have any connection to this Tredesem. I need to keep watch here, just in case. Ah, hero. If we had a bottle of wine and all the time in the world, the stories I could tell you. I really want to complete this writ and then wash the stink of the Telvanni out of my hair. Can we catch up later, please?
Doesn't sound that you wanna catch up at all. Do you want to talk about anything else I should know? Let's go on by
Now
now.
is not the time, hero. Distractions can lead to a blade in your back, or worse, to one in mine. Concentrate on the mission. Let me do my job, then we can talk. You mean other than the fact that I have a writ for someone named Tredesem who apparently doesn't exist? That House Dres has a nearby camp? Or that I want you to question a servant named Akigo? Which of those would you like me to spell out for you? It was part of the writ, provided by whichever scribe the masters had contact the Morag Tong. But since no one here knows anyone with that name, it must be an alias. Believe me, when I figure out who took out the writ, I plan to ask them about that. Because Foci thought me knowing about it was important enough to involve you. House Dres controls the land far to the south, near the Black Marsh border. Them setting up a camp near here could be coincidence, but it's worth checking out. Akigo is a contact I cultivated the last time business brought me out this way. For a minor servant, he excels at avoiding notice and absorbing everything that happens in town. He'll only help if it's safe. He knows what the Telvanni do to traitors. Are you sure? Don't want to ask. It's not, and I couldn't care less about the Telvanni. House full of arrogant arses. I put each of them to the blade if I had the writs for it. This is strictly business. The Assembly took out a writ. I'm here to enforce it. Information discussed during the meetings of the Assembly of Masters has gotten out. One of the mouths accused this Tredesem, and the Masters applied for the writ. Unfortunately, no one here is named Tredesem. Means we actually need to do some work. Foes is a typical Telvanni master, full of himself and twice as annoying. Sulis is reasonable, but he's hiding something. Then there's the servant Zemzo. I expected to deal mostly with servants and mouths. Surprised to find this many masters here. Not much, in my opinion. They're all just interested in gaining power, stabbing each other in the back, and earning higher ranks in the house. Mouths serve their masters, representing them so just that lickspittle Alem Gito. He's Foves' aide. Made a good show of subservience, didn't he? Like all Telvanni's servants, I assume he's quietly vying for power in some way. The sooner we're done and I can leave, the better.
Okay.
No, Sulis. I'm out of patience. We need this finished now!
Master Foves, calm yourself. This solves nothing.
Come, Gito. Leave the hireling to her work.
Yes, Master Foves.
Well, unlike Foves, I am at your service should you require anything.
I have nothing. Word travels fast in old Isra, outsider. I I heard you work with the Dark Lady. Last time she came through, I had to clean up 3 bodies. If she sent you just information, no risk to... What? No. It's locked for a reason. We servants don't have that much. I won't let a stranger in to go through our meager belongings. Nope, this key stays... You wouldn't? You would? Fine.
Did you see that woman outside? If looks could kill, she wouldn't need those knives.
Shh. She asked about her assistant. Just keep your head down.
Was that you, rummaging around upstairs? If you're a new servant, then I hope you learn to respect other people's belongings. Also, and I'll try to say this gently, your smell is quite pungent. Well, last week, the head steward assigned me to Master Sulis's quarters. He's friendly in public, but exceedingly mean behind closed doors. I heard him talking with Masters Foves and Filsey about a secret project, but I didn't get any details. I have, and I wish they'd do it quietly. I won't tell the head steward, but they could repay my discretion by not disturbing my sleep. And no, I don't know who it is. Staying ignorant means I don't need to lie when someone... Yes, and it's right in front of me. Have you been wrestling in the swine pond? Probably with the servant that sneaks out late at night, I imagine. Please take that smell and leave. We've been trying to air out this place for weeks.
Hey, hero. Find anything pertinent to my writ? Notice how the servants around here love me. They know I'm here for bigger scribs than them. Well, come to think of it, I have had a writ or two. You brought me a jar. Ugh, it reeks like Asha's undergarments. Why in the world would a servant need a jar of Kaguti musk? I can't think of a single useful purpose other than to stink up the place. Did Akigo have any useful information? Well, I'd say you'd found the source of the smell. But why go out on specific nights just to return with a jar of stink? Could it be some sort of weird romantic rendezvous? That's no courting ritual. Now that's interesting. Certainly worthy of the efforts of a spy, depending on the nature of the project. Let's you and I keep this to ourselves for now. See what else we can learn about this secret project.
Arrogant little bastards. Oh, this is the camp I've been earlier.
Over here, hero. Got anything interesting for me? Volsi's report didn't do this place justice. This isn't a camp. It's a House Dres foothold in House Telvanni territory. Any chance you found anything that will help us find the spy in there? Well, that narrows down the list of suspects, and it also tells us how they exchange information with their contact. They're using the Kuguti nests to the north as a pickup spot. Did you find it? Add all this to that jar of Kuguti musk you found in the servants' quarters, and I think we're getting close to catching our spy. Using false names to identify the masters. Clever. And demonstrates a sense of humor. Have you finished searching the Dres camp? I hate to send you back in there, but I really do need every possible bit of information. If you think there's anything else to find, go grab it. That's what I like to hear. Leave no stone unturned.
Okay, I think I found everything because there's no...
Volsi's report didn't do... Well, that... Add all this... Have you finished searching the Dres camp? Good. We're getting close. I'll be able to wrap up this writ in no time. So it appears that an aide or servant leaves messages for House Dres at the Kuguti nests to the north, using the musk to keep from being attacked. First, go to Tel Hulan and update Master Sulis. Then we'll check on those nests. The clues indicate that Tridecim is an aide to one of the masters, who also sleeps in the servant quarters. They use Kuguti musk to approach the northern nests to exchange messages with House Dres. Update Master Sulis, then join me at the nests. Not a bad time to review the evidence.
Okay.
You're assisting the Morag Tong agent, correct? As busy as I am, I can always spare a moment for the... Oh, that is good to hear. Even though the Assembly enacted the writ, I know that Naryu is under no obligation to keep us informed. I appreciate it. The Masters send representatives to the Assembly, our mouths. They have the authority to speak in our names. Some sessions require a master or two to attend, as well as any aides and servants. You did you? Interesting. Yes, I'm working on something with Masters Foves and Thilsey. We've been meeting frequently until fairly recently. Then Foves stopped attending. His work. A very informative update. Thank you. Now you should get back to it. We'll all feel safer and more secure once this spy has been dealt with. Not especially. I suggest we change topics. To a Telvanni master such as myself, everyone is a spy.
Okay.
Hireling, I hope you have a strong sense of discretion. Talking to Master Sulis like that may not be wise. I have concerns about him. Have you and the assassin? I totally understand. What some call paranoia, I call prudent caution. This spy could cause irreparable damage to the Assembly, if not to House Telvanni itself. Tell me, what did you and Master Sulis talk? Did he now? How easily he let slip confidential information to a stranger. I know others find me grating, but I've spent my life making House Telvanni stronger. This spy threatens our stability. I need you to find them, eliminate this threat. I don't like this feeling of the wolves at the door. Your confidence encourages me. Thank you for talking with me. Now I must go. I swear my aide Gito is avoiding me. Just between us, he's let his grooming lapse. His odor... I'm suspicious of everyone, especially my peers and rivals. You have to be, in my position. He has a new urgency about him. Always wants to talk about some new idea or another. For example, Sulis mentioned our secret project, yes? He insists that we meet in person. And with a spy and possible assassin roaming this tower? What? No, of course not. What part of the word secret are you unfamiliar with? No, I cannot discuss our project. Sula should never... Oh, Alamgito. Yes, he's been my loyal assistant for a number of years. Maybe I've been working him too hard. Seems like he has no time to...
Okay. So see, this is why ESO is kinda lame. And it's come to questing. It's a lot of running around and everything is basically given and explained, and yeah, it is just, there's a very few quests that are actually piquing interest.
Here's the other one. Before I let you find our spy.
Interesting. Let's talk where there's some fresh air. I smell like a Kagudi, this place smells like a Kagudi, and you definitely smell like a Kagudi. Master Fov's aide. Interesting. Once House Drez heard about the writ, they must have panicked. Not so fast, hero. Have we found everything here at the Kagudi nests? There might be more clues scattered around this Drez messagery. Oh, what's that on the letter? Are you sure that's just mud? Why don't you just read it to me from over there? Ah, probably that secret project the servant mentioned. Foves is part of the project, so as his trusted aide, Yito gains access to the details. May have even taken the notes himself. What else? Code names, no doubt. Yito received help from someone else, but who? Without the key, we stay in the dark. I suppose it doesn't matter that much. The writ is for Tordessum. I'll return to Tel Hulan. If Yito is there, we can wrap this up. You should join me. But I don't recommend bringing up what else we know. There's too many holes, and you just mark us for a blade in the belly. Meet me in Tel Hulan. We can finish this there.
Wow, okay.
Tell me, assassin, have you dealt with our spy?
Not yet, but I'm about to. Looks like we got to that letter before Gito. He never received his orders to slip away and make a break for the Drez camp. Makes my life easy. Now I complete my writ. I figured you'd want to witness a professional at work. After all, the rules are quite explicit. I can only terminate the person or persons listed on my writ, and this writ only covers Tordessum. We know that's Gito, so he's my only target. A Telvanni master may be guilty of scheming, but that's nothing new. She did she? I suppose you did go out of your way to help a woman with a writ. Here you go, payment is promised. Never let it be said that Noryuvirian doesn't pay for services rendered. Thanks again, hero. Now, for my final bit of business.
Interesting.
Master Phobes, it seems your aide has been speaking out of turn.
No! Mercy, please!
If you're certain, assassin, then do as you will.
No! You'll have to catch me first!
Help is so difficult to come by. Pity you had to kill one of the good ones.
With that, the writ is complete. It's time we found...
Interesting. After playing the new Destiny quest line, I'm playing this. Guys, the two games just not even in the same fucking league, to be honest.
That was rescuing. Oh, it's you. Come to tussle with the ne'er-do-wells of the Telvanni Peninsula? Actually, I could use a distraction. This is for official business. You should remember how compensation works.
What would I be a distraction for?
The punishment of Luafen Romavel. She convinced those Kamona Tong scoundrels to take Argonian soldiers hostage and force the Ebonheart Pact to pay a large sum for their release. I'm here to ensure that her plan fails, and she never hatches another.
What do you want me to do?
You're a distraction and a secondary measure. We cannot let either Luafen or the soldiers remain in their current positions. Free the soldiers and do something to draw out Luafen. Sound an alarm, make noise, but leave the kill to me. With you providing a distraction, this writ just got significantly easier. Kimona Rune is just ahead. Are you ready to see what traitorous cretins like Luafen Romavel? Well, aren't you demanding? She's an enterprising member of the Kamona Tong, a group of dark elf lowlifes. They believe in a lot of nonsense. It was her idea to capture the soldiers and threaten the entire Ebonheart Pact. Of course, she's the one I've been contracted to kill. Think about it. How would you react if one of your allies held your soldiers hostage? That's why I incorporated releasing the prisoners into my plan. Is it? You mean you don't know? Why come out here then? Very well. It's a smuggler's den of the usual unsavory dreck. And you shouldn't be surprised that they took Argonians captive. Captives are all I've been able to gather is that the prisoners are separated, and probably in different buildings around Kimona Rune. They may even be guarded. Try to make as much noise as possible. You are creating a diversion, after all.
Anywhere else?
Surprised, are you? Do you expect to find me in random places? I'm flattered, truly. Or were you looking for me? It would be your turn to play the messenger. Last I heard, Magnate Fena Darak was still in charge of that little town. I suppose she figured out how to lead without relying on her family's lie. If more people were like her, then I'd have less work.
And they're doing maintenance.
I was right. She is here. I suspected as much. Her presence causes quite the stir. I've grown accustomed to sensing when we're sent to the same area. With the Telvanni Council? Well, that certainly sounds... Well, it was her... Think about it. You mean you don't know? Why come out here then? They're criminals. Quick to the draw, aren't you? All I've been able to gather. Surprised, are you? Do you expect to find... I do what I can to avoid stepping into Vardenfell these days. That business with Veya really mucked things up. I was right. She... With the Telvanni Council. Well, it was her... Think about it. How would you react? Surprised, are you? Ah, both here of our...
Okay.
Remember, you're my
10
distraction.
minutes to
Make
finish
a commotion in
this
there.
valve. Or 9. I think it's maybe the first thing I should do is grab this sky shard. And kill the boss. I have stink type with it. Scratch me. Ah. This game. Let's go to the aggro.
Where is that Swit? Doesn't she know how inconvenient this is? Where is it? Oh, there. That gong. Ring it. She has to come see why it sounded. Ring it, and I'll introduce Luathan to my blades.
Intruders? What's going on here?
Finally. I'll meet you outside. Free the prisoners if you haven't already.
To be honest, I don't need goddamn rats ass about the prison. Okay, one sky shard is done. I have 6 minutes on the clock before it goes to array. I thought I could get a replant to do something, but it was simply pretty looking.
I'm hurt!
I thought I'd be tied up there for ages.
insulted me for the last time? Tied up with trolls?
These smooth-skinned fools will regret capturing me.
Every dwarf has a boss. I don't think I did. Okay, well, we will go outside.
Captured by a dark elf, then freed by one. Do you think I'm just going to ignore the...
I don't care what you do, as long as you don't mention my part in it. I don't know how that sergeant knew about my involvement. I hoped having you free them would rid me of this inconvenience. Still, despite this unfortunate turn of events, I ended Luafen. Why can't both be true? I told you what you needed to know, but yes, I hope the soldiers would know only your face. Still, I promised you a reward. Take it. Now, it's often... You know which organization... Now, why, we did our part.
Okay.